What if I told you that the way you're using your crypto exchange right now could get your account frozen, your funds seized, or even get you permanently banned? These aren't hypotheticals. They are happening to people every single day. And the crazy part is, most of them have no idea they're doing anything wrong. In this video, I'm going to break down the 10 things you should never do on a crypto exchange in 2026. And you're going to want to stick around for number 7 because it's a brand new rule that's getting people banned left and right. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to protect your crypto and keep your account safe. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the big one, mixing your exchange addresses with privacy tools. Now, I'm a huge advocate for privacy. Tools like CoinJoin services or privacy coins like Monero are fantastic for protecting your financial sovereignty. But here's the problem. Crypto exchanges are not fans of them. When you deposit crypto that has been through a mixer or withdraw to a known privacy wallet, you're raising a massive red flag for the exchange's compliance team. Their automated systems will often freeze your account first and ask questions later. Why? Because they're terrified of being on the wrong side of the anti-money laundering regulations. The fines for non-compliance can be in hundreds of millions of dollars. The solution? Use a clean personal wallet as an intermediary. Send your coins from the privacy tool to your own non-custodial wallet, and then from that wallet to the exchange. It's an extra step, but it can save you a world of headache. Next up, let's talk about KYC, or Know Your Customer. Many exchanges have a tiered KYC system. You can sign up with just an email and a password, and you'll be in what I call the partial KYC trap. Here's how it works. The exchange lets you deposit crypto and maybe even do some limited trading. But the moment you try to withdraw your funds, they hit you with a mandatory KYC verification. You're trapped. Your crypto is held hostage until you provide your personal information. Some people try to use fake documents, but the verification systems are getting so sophisticated that this is a surefire way to get your account permanently banned. So, the rule here is simple. If you're going to use a KYC exchange, complete the verification process fully before you deposit any significant amount of crypto. Don't fall for the partial KYC trap. This one is a classic, and it catches so many people off guard. You've been saving up, and you finally decide to make a large deposit onto an exchange. Maybe it's 10K, maybe it's 50K. The next thing you know, your account is frozen. Why? Because a large unexpected deposit is another huge red flag for the exchange's AML systems. They need to know where that money came from. I heard a story about a guy who sold his car for Bitcoin and deposited it directly to an exchange. His account was frozen for 3 months while he had to produce the bill of sale. So, before you make a large deposit, make sure you have your documentation in order. This could be a bank statement, a pay stub, a record of a real estate sale, or a history of your crypto investments. The key is to be proactive. Have your documentation ready before you make the deposit, not after your account is already frozen. This one might seem counterintuitive. Aren't VPNs supposed to be good for privacy and security? Yes, they are. But when it comes to KYC'd crypto exchanges, they can be a major problem. Here's why. When you use a VPN, your IP address is constantly changing. One minute you're in New York, then next you're in London. For an exchange, this looks like your account is being accessed by multiple people from all over the world. It's a classic sign of a hacked account. And even if the exchange doesn't think you've been hacked, they might still freeze your account for violating their terms of service. Many exchanges have restrictions on which countries their services can be used in. If you're using a VPN to bypass those restrictions, you're giving them a reason to shut you down. So the best practice here is to whitelist your home IP address with the exchange if they offer that feature. And if you need to use a VPN, make sure you're using a dedicated IP address that doesn't change. Peer-to-peer or P2P trading can be a great way to buy and sell crypto without going through the traditional order book. But it also comes with its own set of risks. The most common red flag is dealing with a suspicious counterparty. If you're trading with someone who has a low reputation score, a brand new account, or is offering a deal that seems too good to be true, you should be very careful. Another red flag is using a payment method that is easily reversible, like PayPal or a credit card. Scammers love these payment methods because they can pay you for your crypto and then reverse the transaction after you've sent them the coins. I've seen people lose thousands of dollars this way. And finally, be very careful about the notes you include in your P2P transactions. Never mention crypto, Bitcoin, or anything related to the exchange in the payment description. This can get your bank account shut down. So, when you're using P2P, stick to reputable traders, use non-reversible payment methods, and keep your transaction description vague. Let's talk about a simple security feature that so many people ignore: withdrawal whitelisting. Almost every major exchange offers this feature, and it's one of the most effective ways to protect your account from hackers. Here's how it works. You create a list of approved crypto addresses that you can withdraw your funds to. If a hacker manages to get into your account, they won't be able to withdraw your crypto to their own address. They'll be stuck. Imagine a thief breaking into your house, but the only door out leads directly back to your own bank vault. That's what withdrawal whitelisting is for your crypto. And yet, so many people don't use it. The 5 minutes it takes to set up withdrawal whitelisting is nothing compared to the pain of losing your entire crypto portfolio. Okay, this is the one I told you to watch out for. Number 7. It's a new regulation that's been rolled out across the industry, and it's catching a lot of people by surprise. It's called the travel rule, and it's a game changer. It's been around in traditional finance for a while, but now it's coming for crypto, thanks to the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF. In a nutshell, the travel rule requires crypto exchanges to share customer information with each other when they process transactions above a certain threshold, usually around 1K. It's an attempt to bring more transparency to the crypto space, but it's also creating a new set of problems for users. Here's the trap. If you're sending crypto from one exchange to another, and the two exchanges have different KYC standards, the transaction gets flagged. For example, if you're sending from a no KYC exchange to a KYC exchange, the KYC exchange might freeze your funds until you can prove where they came from. And it's not just about KYC. The travel rule also applies to transactions with self-custody wallets. If you're sending a large amount of crypto from an exchange to your own wallet, the exchange might ask you to prove that you own that wallet. So, what's the solution? For now, the best thing you can do is be aware of the travel rule and be prepared to provide extra documentation for your transactions. This one should be obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people make this mistake. A crypto exchange is not a bank. It's not a place to store your life savings. It's a place to buy, sell, and trade crypto. That's it. When you keep your crypto on an exchange, you're trusting them to keep it safe for you. And while most exchanges have good security, they're also a prime target for hackers. We've seen it time and time again. MTGOX, Quadriga CX, FTX, the list goes on. Millions of dollars in crypto stolen, and in many cases, the users got nothing back. But it's not just about hackers. Exchanges can also go bankrupt, or they can be shut down by regulators. So, the golden rule of crypto is this: not your keys, not your coins. If you're not holding your own private keys, you don't really own your crypto. So, get a hardware wallet, learn how to use it, and store your long-term holdings there. There are great options out there like Ledger and Trezor. If you're a more advanced crypto user, you might be using API keys to connect your exchange account to other services, like portfolio trackers or trading bots. API keys can be incredibly powerful, but they can also be a huge security risk if you're not careful. Here's the problem. If a hacker gets their hands on your API keys, they can do a lot of damage. They can execute trades on your behalf, they can withdraw your funds, and they can even get you into trouble with the law. An API key is like giving someone a key to your house. You need to be very careful who you give it to. So Treat your API keys like you would treat your password. Don't share them with anyone. Don't store them in a plain text file. And be very careful about which services you give them to. And most importantly, when you create an API key, make sure you're only giving it the permission it needs. If a service only needs to read your account balance, don't give it permission to trade or withdraw. Last but not least, we have the oldest trick in the book: phishing scams. You'd think by the 2026 we'd all be wise to this, but phishing is still one of the most common ways that people lose their crypto. Here's how it works. You get an email or a text message that looks like it's from your exchange. It says there's a problem with your account or that you need to verify your identity. It tells you to click on a link and log in, but the link takes you to a fake website that looks just like the real one. And when you enter your login information, you're giving it directly to the scammers. Some of these fake websites are so convincing, they even have the little padlock icon in the address bar. So, how do you protect yourself? First, always be suspicious of unsolicited emails and text messages. Check the sender's email to make sure it's from the official domain. Look for grammatical errors or a sense of urgency that's designed to make you panic. Second, never click on a link in an email or text message. Instead, go to the exchange's website directly by typing the URL into your browser. And third, use a password manager and two-factor authentication. That way, even if you do accidentally give away your password, the scammers won't be able to get it into your account. So, there you have it. 10 things you should never do on a crypto exchange in 2026. I know it's a lot to take in, but if you follow these simple rules, you'll be well on your way to protecting your crypto and keeping your account safe. And if you're tired of all the rules and regulations that come with centralized exchanges, I've got good news for you. In my next video, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the world of no KYC alternatives. We're talking decentralized exchanges, P2P platforms, and other tools that can help you take back your financial privacy. So, if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you've got the notification bell turned on. And in the meantime, check out this video I made about the best hardware wallets on the market. It's perfect next step on your journey to crypto sovereignty. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.